Yo, what's up with it, y'all? It's JD and I'm back with another quick video. In today's video, I want to chop it up about insecurities. This is something that we all have. We've all had insecurities at some point in our life. We probably all still have some sort of insecurity. We're all human beings. None of us are perfect. And with that being said, if we're not perfect, then there's something that we're maybe a tiny bit insecure about. And sometimes we're very insecure about things. But before we get into this video, if you guys are interested in fitness, health, travel, overall growth content, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you can get updated every time I drop new content. But let's get back into it. I really wanted to chop it up about how we can deal with our insecurities and how we can overcome our insecurities. And one thing I was just thinking about earlier is that we can kind of treat insecurities like debt. And it's almost like we're in debt to ourselves to self-improve in whatever way that we're insecure about. Now, obviously there's some insecurities that we have no control over. There's certain things that we're so insecure about that we can't change. For instance, height could be one of those things. You know, we're pretty much whatever height we are. There's really no change in how tall you are. Now, things like that, we can't really, we have to try not to focus on as much as possible, but I actually think I've come up with a little bit of a solution that can help us not worry about the insecurities that we can't change in our lives. So, when it comes down to debt, I think the easiest way to handle debt is to knock off the little debt first. And with insecurities, we can do the exact same thing. First off, we can come up with a list. What are the small insecurities that we have that we can change? And what are just insecurities in general that we can change? And you can kind of list them out in order. What's the biggest, what's the smallest? And you can start by knocking off those small insecurities first. For instance, I'll give you guys an example of something that I was insecure about maybe about 5 or 6 years ago. Probably about 6 years ago. And this is kind of before I started my calisthenics journey, my fitness and health journey. And I was a little bit overweight. I'm 6 feet tall. I was probably about 205, maybe even 210 pounds at the time. And just being honest with myself, I was insecure about the way my body looked. I was insecure about my body fat percentage. And this is one of those things that we can all change. And if you're somebody who's a little bit overweight and fitness is something that you need to get into, this is one of those things that you owe yourself. So this is one of those things that you got to knock off your debt list. We can knock off a ton of different insecurities like that. You might have a financial insecurity. You might have education insecurity. And these are all things that we can handle. But like I said, we can treat it like debt and just knock off every single insecurity one at a time. And we can do them, in order of least difficult to most difficult. And one thing I think that will end up happening by the time you end up knocking off every insecurity off this list, all the ones that you can actually control in your life, is that, once you finish and you actually knock off some of those bigger insecurities that you have control over, you'll start to realize that the insecurities that you don't have control over don't mean as much as you initially thought they did. They don't have as much power over you as you initially thought they had over you. And I think I've noticed that myself. I think everybody has insecurities about things they can't control. I think one other problem when it comes down to people's insecurities is they're scared to discuss it. They're scared to, admit to themselves and admit to other people that they actually have a problem. And when it comes down to losing weight, when it comes down to getting in the best shape of our life, a lot of times as men, we tend to be a little bit too prideful when it comes to that. We tend to be a little bit too prideful when it comes down to actually asking for help. And I'm gonna lend my hand out to you guys. If you guys need assistance on your weight loss journey or your calisthenics journey or just trying to build your body and your confidence up in general, hit up my website. I do one-on-one coaching. Mostly it's based on calisthenics, but we also do one-on-one consultations every week so we can chop it up about whatever, calisthenics, other ways to build your confidence up. But like I said, but the physical, in my opinion, is the easiest way to build up the mental and the spiritual as well. Everything is connected. And if you can build up your physical confidence, it'll actually help out your mental confidence. It'll help out your spiritual confidence. And I think you'll be more at peace with yourself after you started putting in the work. But like I said, guys, insecurities is something that everybody deals with. I've dealt with them. I'm still dealing with certain insecurities myself, to be completely honest with you guys. And, we just have to continue to get better and better every day. And I think the more that we knock off these little insecurities and, the more that we self-improve, the more sure of ourselves we end up in the long run. But anyways, guys, I hope everybody's having a great day out there. I'd like it if you guys would interact with me in the comment section. Maybe you guys can list one small insecurity that you have about yourself, something that you're not necessarily super embarrassed about, but something that you want to make an improvement on. I always like to hear from you guys in the comment section. It also helps me out with the algorithm. Again, if you guys are new to the channel and you enjoy this type of content, please subscribe to the channel. If you're already a subscriber, go ahead and give me a like. Also, if you guys want to hear me speak about more topics like this, make sure that you guys subscribe to my Patreon channel. It's only $5 a month. If you guys enjoy my content, you want to support the channel, that's a small way that you guys can support, is join the Patreon, www.patreon.com/growththroughcalisthenics. Again, hope everybody's having a great day out there. I'll holler at you guys later. Peace.